Now we have seen the biggest update in the blockchain. Chainlink have launched the 2 smart contract which will allow you to transfer data from blockchain A to blockchain B. You can transfer data, you can transfer token, you can transfer NFT, you can transfer any data. And this was the problem we had in the past because we were not able to scale our application. So just imagine that you have built your project on Ethereum and you have your user on Polygon. So if they want to interact with your Dapp, they can't do it. They can do it, but there was a problem. If you want to go with the old way of transferring the data, there was a centralized system involved. And due to that, billions of dollars are lost. So that was the trust issue was there in the past. But now, after using this particular contract, which is 100% decentralized, you are not the only node which is connected which will verify your transaction. It will happen decentralized. So this time the user will build their trust and they can build a project, and this project can be more scalable because multi-chain is involved. So that's what we're going to explore in this particular tutorial, that how you can utilize those contracts. We're going to do a couple of setups. We're going to look at the router, different contract address for the different blockchains. We're going to see the token which we use as a gas fee, because Chainlink have a separate token which allow you to pay the gas fee for using those contracts. So hope you will learn a lot of things, and this will be such a game changer if you're a DeFi developer, NFT developer, or any Dapp developer. So here I'm on the documentation, so you can come. I'll provide the link in the description so you can come and you can have a look in details that what it is and how you can do the basic setups. But I'm going to take you with the practical approach. Chainlink is a cross-chain interoperability protocol, means it's providing us ecosystem where you can build a product and that product can be interactable with multiple resources. So here the resources means different blockchains. So if you have your contract in one network, that contract can be interact with different network, and that's the power. So we're going to see the entire architecture, that how it's going to be happen. And here you have noticed one thing, that if you want to use their contract to transfer the data from blockchain A to blockchain B, you have to use their native token which they have link called link. Okay, so if I show you the contract of the token, so if I come here, so this is the entire contract of the token which you're going to use to pay the gas fee. So you can come here. I'll show you that how you can get the test token which you can use to test your project. So this is the entire contract for the link token. So again, I'll provide you this link in the description so you guys can check from here, from where that how they can transfer the fund, what are the variables they have declared here, what is the mapping, what is the gas fees they are charging, and how they are calling the transfer function. So this is the entire token transfer which we're going to use it. Okay. So let's come back here. You can get this as a faucet. You can test that on the Polygon, and here they have given the 2 contract, and this is what we're going to test it out. So if I come back in the remix ID, so this is the contract you will find as a sender. So this is the contract for the sender. You can easily able to customize this as per your requirement, as per your data. So here we are using couple of libraries. The first library we are using is router client, and the second one is that creator, the third one is client, and this is the link token interface which we're going to use as a paying the gas fee of this amount. So if I look at the sender contract, you can see we are inheriting the some of the property of the creator, and here we have this custom error message. So here we have the custom error which will trigger if the user will not have enough balance or enough gas fee to make the transaction. So again, a video will coming on this in detail. I have explained that how you can define the custom error with parameter or without parameter. So a video will come maybe in 1 day. And here we have this event, so you can take as many data as you want. So right now here taking message destination chain selector. So this one is that in which blockchain you want to transfer. So every single blockchain have a different chain ID, and that's what we have to pass here. So this is the receiver, and this is the message you want to send. This is the token which will be used as a fee, and here we have the actual fee. So that's the event we have. Now if you come back here we have this sender message. So in this you will notice one thing, we need these 3 things. We need the chain, we need this receiver, and we need the address. So these are the 3 information we have to pass, and here we are calling the client library, and we are calling this particular method, and then we are passing all of this data to make the transaction happen. So we have the receiver, we are converting into the ABI encoded, then we have the text, then we have the amount, then we have the extra gas. So this is the simple boilerplate you have to add if you really transfer any data. So this is the boilerplate you have to add, and here we have this gas fee, so you can easily able to customize that one. So like I will go something with 3000, and you can simply pass the gas amount, and here we have making the transaction, means transferring the fund. So this is the receiver one, and then we have this particular variable which is a fee. We are doing couple of check. These are the simple one, and here we are using the link token of proof to pay the fee, and we are simply passing the message, and here we are initializing the event. So this is the simple contract we have for sending message, and this is the constructor. In that we have to pass the router and the link token, and every single router has a different address for the different blockchain. So we're going to see that one. Okay, so now let's come back to this particular one, the receiver ID. And here we have this receiver contract. So in this receiver contract, you will notice that we are using the same client interface, and we are using the CCIP receiver, and this one is the main contract which will allow you to make this entire transaction possible, because this will allow you to receive the data from the different blockchains. So if you look at their graph, they have explained extensively that how the data is got transferred, how the data is got converted, and how the data is got into the block, and then it's verify and transfer. So you can read this comment, and this is the receiver contract, and this is the inheriting property we are inheriting here. Here we have this entire event. So we have this message, we have the source, chain selector, sender, and text, and here we have this bytecode. And here we have the construction. Again, we have to provide the router. So we have a specific router for a specific blockchain, so we're going to use Polygon, and in that we're going to pass that. Okay, so here we have the CC receiver. So this is the function we're going to call. If we want to get the data from the contract the sender have sent, then we have to call this function. And here we have this, the message detail. So this is the two contract we have, and we're going to deploy each one of this together. If you come back to the very first one, the sender contract, so here we have, so here they have explained that Ethereum Sopali, the router address is this, and this is the token address. So this is the token address which you have to pass. So if you come back to the sender, here if I compile the contract, click on this compile, make sure to connect your MetaMask injected provider, and if you click on this, in that you have to pass this. So this one is the receiver one. Okay, this one is the receiver. Let's go back to the sender. So if I compile this one, let me change this to injected provider, and here I have to pass this to information. So if I come back here, you can see this is the address. I will simply copy that one, come back here, and I'm going to simply paste here. So this is the router address. Now we have to get the link token, because we have to transfer the token and we need the address of that. So this is the link token for this particular chain, and that's what we can do. So we can simply pass here, and you can easily able to make the transaction. Okay, so I'll make the transaction, just keep it for time being. Now let's come back to the receiver contract. So here they have given the information about the receiver contract. So we have to make this transaction. I'll show you. So first we have to get the address of this router. So simply get the router contract and come back here, and we have to simply paste here. So we have got the data. So we got this, they got the router and the link, and now we can make the transaction. So before you make the transaction, you need to have the link token. And if you come back here, this is the entire token contract, and again I will provide you this particular link in the description, where you can find all the addresses of the token in different blockchain. This one is the Ethereum, this one is the Sofali, this one is the Gorilla, this one is the Binance, and we have this Binance Test, Polygon Mari. So all the things you will find here. So if you want to deploy your contract to different networks, all you have to do is to pass the particular address and the chain ID, and it will work absolutely fine. So now what we have to do is to make this transaction, because when we're going to send the data, so if I want to deploy this particular contract, the sender, let's deploy this first. If I call this transaction, you can see it's going to open my MetaMask, and here I'm interacting with the contract. Click on this confirm, and here you will find the instant of the contract. So just wait, the transaction is happening, and it will come soon once the transaction will complete. So let's open this MetaMask and let's see. We are interacting with the contract, no issues so far we have, and here we got that one, and I can click on this, and here you can see this is the contract we have. So we have this 4 function, accept ownership. So if you click on that, you can able to make the calls. I don't want to call it because I don't have any gas fee. We need to pass that couple of amount into this contract, then we can make it. And you can see this is the send message. This is the message we're going to call it. We're going to pass the chain. We have to pass the address of the contract, means the receiver contract, and the message. And here we have the transfer ownership. So you can transfer the ownership from your to anybody else. And this is the owner. This you can check the ownership of the contract. So you are the owner of the contract. So if I open this one, I have deployed this contract on which I deployed on Sofali. So this is the sender contract which I have deployed on Sofali network. Now what I have to do is I have to send couple of fund into this particular contract. So now what I have to do is I have to send couple of tokens into this particular contract. So if I come back to the documentation, here they have explained. So you can see here they have explained that you have to transfer this much fund, and this fund we utilize for calling the send function. Okay, So this is the function we're going to call it. So let's come back here and click on, first you have to get the token. So if you come here, so from here you can easily able to get the token. I will provide the link in the description, so you can come here, simply type get Sofali test link token, and this will transfer a couple of tokens in your MetaMask wallet. So you can see if I come back to the token section, here I have the link token, and we're going to utilize this link token to make the transaction and test our contract. So come here, I'll provide the link in the description, so you can click and you can simply paste your address and you can transfer a couple of token into your wallet, because we know we need this to make the transaction. So let's come back to the contract, and now we have to transfer the couple of funds in it. So click on this link token, and now we have to send the token. So we need to grab the address of the contract. So this is the contract we have, the sender contract. Copy this one, we have to copy that one, come here, click on the link token, send, and we have to paste the address here, and it will automatically fetch the data. So here you have to specify the balance. So we're going to go with the recommended balance. So this is what they have recommended that we have to pass into the contract, and click on send, and it's going to make a transaction. You can see we are transferring the token to our contract. So click on confirm and just wait for a moment, and this will successfully make the transaction, and we'll have this token in our sender contract. So just a moment, it will take a little bit time and it will happen very soon. So again, it's taking a little bit time, and finally the transfer is successfully confirmed, and that's the only thing we have to do here in the sender contract. Now let's come back to the receiver contract. If I come back to the docs, you can able to find, and by the way, if you want to know anything, I want you to come and have a look in this docs. Everything is well explained and you will know every single thing. If you want to see the supported network, you can check it from here. You can see the code explanation, you can see from here. Now we need this router because this is the receiver contract and we have to get the router. So simply copy this one and come back here, and this time I'm going to deploy this particular contract to different networks. So I'm going to deploy to the Polygon Mumbai because that's the example we have taken. So I'll come back here, this is the Polygon Mumbai, click on that and we are connected to that. So we are connected with the Polygon and we have this Matchmaticon. Make sure to have it if you want to deploy the contract. So you need that one, and we have already pasted the router address. I hope you don't have missed this. So this is the router address we have pasted, and now we have to call this particular function. So if I call this transaction, it's going to call our contract and it's going to deploy it to the Mumbai. So click on confirm, and after that you're going to have the contract, deployed contract right up here, and we need the address of that contract. So this is the contract which we have deployed, and in this particular one we have couple of function and couple of methods. So here we have this supported, and here we have the get router, we have the latest message. So if you click on that, you will have nothing because we haven't, no one have transferred any data into this. Okay, and here we have the copy receiver. That looks pretty good. Now what we have to do is, if we come back here in the Chainlink, and now we have to transfer the funds. So for transfer the data, so for that we need the address of this particular contract. So simply copy the address and make sure this contract is deployed on Polygon. So we'll copy the address and we can come back here, and if you click on that, if I simply paste the address, and now we have to come back to the document. So if you scroll down here they have explained that how you can transfer the funds. So we are using this, we are sending the data to the Polygon, so we need this particular key. So okay, get that one, and let's come back to the sender one, and there we have to pass that one. Then we have to simply come back and you can send the pass anything, but let's go with a simple approach. And this is exactly what data you need. This is what data you need exactly to pass. If we come back here in the network, you can able to find that what are the things going to be happen after you call this function. So first is going to open the MetaMask and you have to confirm the transaction. So you can check this here once the transaction is successfully confirmed. So let's open this one before we call our function, and here you find that this is the successful transaction would look like. The Chainlink have already done, and they have tested the contract and they have put this particular contract transaction details, which you can see right up here. This is the contract we have interacted from to, and this is the Chainlink token we have utilized for paying the fee. That looks good here, and they have the Chain CCIP Explorer. So first the transaction will come and will be available here, so you can simply paste the hash. So if I come back here, if I copy this particular one, and if I simply come and paste and hit enter, you can able to find the details about this particular transaction. So that's how you can able to find the data is available, the gas amount which you guys have paid, and this is the amount we have. Okay, So that's what we look for, and here we have the same thing they have given here. Now let's come back here. This is the entire transaction, and after that, gets data stored by the receiver contract on Polygon. MetaMask select the network, and then it's saying that deploy the contract Polygon, and here it's see. So once you will call this particular one, this is the function. So where it is, this is the receiver. Once you will call this particular function, it's going to give you that data. Where it is, this is, it will going to give you the data. Now if you scroll down here, you can able to find the entire smart contract which we are using for the sender. So this is the exact thing which I have explained short while ago. So that's all you can able to find and have a look. And all you have to do is that if you want to send different data, so you can modify that. You can modify the gas amount which you have paid. You can make it strictly to true. That's what you can say. There is tons of data you can add. So you can see we have added few datas, but you can add as many data as you want. And these are the events. These are the self-explanatory things are there. Now let's come back to the contract, the sender one, and let's try to send the transfer, send this particular data. So if I click on this transfer, so here I'm getting this particular error message. It's related to the gas transactions. Let's click on this send transaction. This transaction will not take place. The transaction is going to be failed. But let's give a try. And if I open the MetaMask, so I don't know why I'm having this problem. Sometimes I'm having, sometimes it's working absolutely fine. So when I tested a while ago, it was working fine, but I encountered this error 2 times, and you can see the transaction fail. So again, maybe this happening due to the, we are testing the contract in the remix ID, but this particular contract, this particular entire setup is available in Harded framework or Ganache framework. So you can check that as well. You can import the entire library of Harded and you can test in your VS Code. So this is how you can do it. I right now the transaction is not happening. I have to check that what is exactly went wrong. Don't need to worry about that. We're going to build a project where we're going to communicate with 2 different blockchains. So we'll transfer the token from one blockchain to the another one, and we can transfer the all different type of data. So that way you will guys have a proper understanding that how you can do it by writing your own custom code, building with the Dapp. Okay, so right now this problem is happening. I don't know why I'm getting this error. I have to look at the code and I have to do the modification, and it's not possible to do it in this recording, but I'm going to just stop the video from here right now. I want you to come and have a look because they have explained everything, and I also want you to come here in the Chainlink. Here they have explained extensively that how you can use this CCIP. They have the recent couple of conference recently yesterday they have launched this one, and in this particular video I found a video, maybe it was from the Patrick. I hope you guys know that guy who built and work in the Chainlink, and he made a tutorial on that where he showed that how you can transfer the data. So you can check that. Okay, so make sure to come and follow this particular channel. Here you will find all the latest about the DeFi, NFTs, and all the different protocols are getting introduced. So this is the best way you can keep yourself updated, and I want you to come and have a look on this particular protocol, all the data. So I'm going to provide you this entire article about this CCIP in the description, and from here you can able to find every single thing which you have to know. And trust me, this one is one of the biggest thing and biggest revolution is going to bring in the field of blockchain development, because it's solving the real world problem. And as per the benefit, it had some downsides which I will talk in the different video, because recently in Vitalik, I hope you guys know the founder of Ethereum, Vitalik, he made his comment that the future of the blockchain is cross change, not multi change. So that's the thing he have mentioned highlightly in the blog post or in his Twitter post, so you can follow him. So he said that the blockchain future is cross change, not multi change. So that's the thing you have to keep in mind. But somehow this will be a game changer in the field of blockchain development, in the smart contract executions, and how you can provide the collateral, liquidity, staking, flash loans, arbitrage. That's going to be a biggest thing. The best thing I like about this is that it's also providing you the Aave. I hope you guys know that what is Aave is, where you can get the liquidity and flash loans, you can get the collateral. So we're going to read extensively about the DeFi protocols, how we can build the application using that. So I want you to come to this article. This is the article docs.chainlink.link.ccip, and this is the article you will get. Make sure to come and read, because once you will read, you will understand every single thing that how you can do it. Everything they have explained in beautifully. So they have the get started, supported network, release node, token, transfer token with data, transfer token with queue, like contract address, send, arbitrage. So here we have the routers, Here they have the receivers, client, error, concept, architecture, test tokens, best practices, examples, overview. So here I have noticed a few things. So if you come back here in the I router clients, you can able to see that what exactly is happening in this particular library. That's what you can find. If you want to see the transfer of the data, that's all you can find here. So this is the examples they have given, that when you want to transfer the token from one chain to different, that's how it's going to be. Let's see with the data. So if you want to transfer the token with the data, that's what are the libraries you have to import, what are the functions, and this is the exact piece of contract you will use, and you're going to use this particular one, ownable creator, and with the help of this we're going to transfer the data. Then we have the contracts. So if you want to interact with the contract, that's what you can do it. So they have the node, they have the GitHub repository you can install and you can use in your VS codes. That's absolutely correct. So you can see tons of information they have provided. Is everything is 100% explained. This is the send arbitrary data, so you can send multiple data. So I want you to come and have a look, because in the short span it's not possible to cover every single thing, and it will make more sense when you will build project on top of this. So we have this contract, and when you will build project where you can transfer the data from one chain to another, that will teach you and give you real learning. So do let me know in the comment section that if you guys really want me to build a project using this particular two contract where we can transfer the NFT token or data or any information from one chain to another, that's I can include. Okay, so do let me know in the comment section that you want a complete project on this. Definitely I will come build on that, and we're going to learn a lot. So I want you to watch this entire project. I want you to come and have a look on this particular docs and the contracts which they have introduced. That's the only thing I want to cover in this video. Hope you guys have followed this MetaMask clone and all the other project we have. Yesterday I uploaded this video, and that I've explained that if you don't have your portfolio, why you should have one. Because if you really want to get an internship, you want a job, then you have to look professional, and that's how you can look it when you will display your work, where you will explain everything. And I would always encourage you to make a videos of the project which you built, and that's the video, that's the project you have to include in your portfolio. That's create better expressions, and when you will sit for the interview, you don't need to explain much about the technology you have included, because your video is already there, your project is already there, you have explained every single thing that why you have done that. And if you have your own website, that's how you can do it. Okay, so make sure to take it, this particular one, and you can simply upload all of your information. And that's the only thing I want to talk about in this video. Hope you guys have found this video valuable, and now you know that how you can use this contract, how you can get the different protocol root routers, and what is CCIP.